co-host with me to introduce the new show that we're super excited about. So let's all welcome Lou. Maybe that. It kind of does, don't it? Not everybody likes sweet though, so like before. We have a bear claw now. So on the menu tonight and discussing the Lizzie Borden house. If you are unfamiliar with it, you should probably go visit. Would you guys like one? He's known as the Jeffrey Dahmer of the UK. As good as I can. Go over the gruesome details.
What's going on again?
Where's that bloody dog? They chewed my slippers again.
Here it is.
Hey everyone, Gigi here. We have a special crossover episode of PXL and Killer Kitchen Chronicles. My co-host is Lou. She is my new co-host for PXL, which you all know her as my daughter. If you come to the conventions and such, she will be there too, set up with your stuff. Do you want to?
Hi.
You want to say what you're like?
I have a
what you're
small
with?
business called Mystic Magic Cottage, and I make handmade jewelry and a bunch of other things.
All the things. Yay, Des, Lou. So with this crossover episode, we're going to touch base. That's why I wanted to do it together with like mental health awareness and such. And the paranormal community will know our guests, Tim and Lauren. The true crime community, I don't know, but we're going to bring them into that as well. I guess we'll just bring them on and they can tell the story because I'm probably going to butcher it. So let's welcome Tim and Lauren to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome to the show.
I'm really hoping that the true crime
froze.
community doesn't know who I am. I'd be okay with that.
They do now.
Oh,
So funny.
You're welcome.
they can hear you.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the internet.
I'll mock you the entire time.
Oh, that's nice of you. I appreciate it. They're
So
frozen.
Tim and Lauren, tell us everything about Murray's legacy. Oh
Everything.
no. Did we come back?
Oh no.
Everything. All the things.
Well, I like you said, the people that are within the paranormal community, I think they're pretty well versed in this story, and I think I've probably told it 200, 300 times now. But every time I get a chance to tell it, it's nice to be able to share the story. We got to go back to 2006, 2007 time frame, which is a really long time ago now. But I just bought this home that I still live in, and it's going through a lot of things, personally, relationship wise, all that stuff. Really in a low place in life and really struggling. But I just bought this home and I wanted to get a dog. That was my goal. Up until that point in my life, I hadn't had any opportunity. I'd lived in duplexes and apartments and such, but started looking online, found the yellow lab pit bull mix, who ironically was named Striker at the time, but looked into him, and he was at a local shelter. He'd been rescued by the shelter from the home. He was badly beaten as a puppy. He was 6 months old. And long story short, I pretty much had to beg them to let me come and visit him because whoever had done this to him was a man, and they kept telling me that he didn't like men. And I remember at one point, my sarcastic sense of humor, I said, I'm no ordinary man. And they finally agreed to let me come and see him. And sorry, I got the nose drips, so don't pay any attention to that. So they allowed me to come visit him, and they sat me in a room, and they opened up this doorway, and all I could see was kennels on both sides, pretty much as far as I could see. And I remember they let him out, and he went the wrong way. And if you ever got a chance,
Aw.
Murray always did things wrong the first time. They turned him around, and this little puppy that shouldn't have wanted anything to do with me came running and jumped into my arms, and that's where the story begins. They finally let me take him home about 2 weeks later, and I remember walking into the home with him, and I had been experiencing things in the home for the first time in my life with paranormal. Footsteps from bedroom to bedroom, bangs on the wall, voices in my closet. Honestly, I thought I was going insane. So when we walked into the house for the first time, and Murray started following everything that I was hearing, as silly as it sounds, it made me feel like I was normal again. There was a living being that was, experiencing and recognizing the things that I was dealing with. So we did really well in the beginning. We were instantly buddies, and I was still dealing with everything that I was going through. And one night in early 2007, everything kind of came to a head for me. And I sat in my bathroom with the largest knife that I had in the house. And I went through each family member and each friend one by one, and kind of gave myself a BS reason why it'd be okay if I wasn't here. And as I was about to do the unthinkable, I felt something on my arm, and I looked down, and it was Murray. He'd rested his chin on my arm and snapped me out of it. It's something where if you haven't experienced it, you don't understand it. When you're at that point, there's no rational thought in your head. And if he hadn't been there, I wouldn't be here today. So it's pretty amazing what he did for me. And then going forward, we weren't owner and dog anymore. We were father and son, and inseparable. I mean, you can't even imagine how much time we spent together. And every day I would thank him for the second chance. Started to get more opportunities within the paranormal field. Ended up on Paranormal Witness in 2013. I was pretty naive. I didn't understand how many people watch that show. And my changed overnight. And, instantly social media just blew up on me. And I started getting opportunities to speak at events. And when you speak at these events, you get a table and they tell you to sell whatever you want. And at the time, I didn't have anything. And that was fine. But I really thought that there was an opportunity there to do some good with that table. And that's how, Potographs for Pooches was founded. It was just an opportunity to create a legacy for him. And, I think we've done okay with that. But just wanted to make sure everybody understood what he had done for me and how special he was. And I never imagined it would get to the point it did. Had pictures of him and I. We had a stamp made of his paw, and every picture we would photograph, and then I would personalize them. And it started off really slow. We didn't have any expectations though, and eventually, a few of the events got behind it and advertised it. Really pushed it and made it a big deal. And, sooner or later we were making $200 a weekend, which I think if we do $200 a weekend now, I'm pretty disappointed. But at the time I was pretty excited. John Cassidy, Little Traverse Bay Parafest, convinced me to do Potographs exclusive events where all of the proceeds would go to the shelter. And I remember vividly the argument that John and I had. It was like, nobody's going to come and listen to you and I, John. Nobody. And I couldn't have been more wrong, because we oversold the building. And I think it's because we didn't charge enough, because we only made $741 for the shelter. But that was the beginning. and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the paranormal community put their arms around it and wouldn't let it fail. And the weekend before the world shut down for COVID, we raised $13,000 that one weekend at an event in Lake Michigan. And unfortunately, then the world shut down, and we kind of had to take a year off. But we've gotten our momentum back, and this April will be 11 years since we started Potographs for Pooches. And in those 11 years, we've raised $119,000.
That is so awesome. I never get sick of hearing your story, first of all. And I'm happy Murray was there for
Gross.
you.
Do you want me to get you a Kleenex?
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna snot all over everything. But it's one of those things where I want to be emotional when I tell the story, because I think if I'm ever not, there's something wrong with me. And
Right.
I've told Lauren this. Like, I want it to hurt because it's important to me. I
Well,
want
it makes you human too,
Yeah.
up there on
I- I-
stage.
Yeah, I want losing him to never be ho hum, if that makes any sense.
It
but,
absolutely does.
But we've done some wonderful things, and I say we as in Murray. I give him all the credit. He's still up there pulling the strings. The part of the story that really sucks is Potographs really didn't take off until he passed away, and that's when we hit our stride, and it became a big deal for people. October 14th of 2019, Murray passed away, and the paranormal community grieved. And I don't know if I expected that. I don't know if I expected that, but it definitely made it easier to know that he had made such a difference. And we pushed forward for him. I remember taking him into the to the vet's office that day, and I was whispering to him as we went in, and I said, "You got to let me know that you're okay. You got to let me know Grandpa's got you." And that next morning, I woke up to 5 messages from 5 mediums, and every message started with the same sentence. Just said, Murray needs his dad to know he's okay. And he held up his end of the bargain. So here we are, and we're still pushing forward. And sometimes it's really hard. I'd be lying if I said it hasn't gotten easier. Lauren has taken a lot of the stress away from me, which is so appreciated. And it's just, this new chapter of Potographs is it's going to be bigger and better and even more special if that's possible.
Yes, we already appreciate Lauren. I've been following on the Facebook and what have yous. Lauren, you are a wonderful addition, I think, to this and helping Tim with everything, because just trying to do those things by yourself anyway is stressful, but the emotional attachment he has to that and you being able to step in and help him through that, we love you already. I know I can speak for the whole community and the community itself as you get to come out to the conventions and stuff. It's like no other community you've ever met. And I mean that with all the love in the world. They're so accepting, and getting into the paranormal had helped me through my dark time. And hard to talk about that with my daughter sitting here, but since we're talking about mental health and stuff like that, if it wasn't for the people that I met with the paranormal community, and then also hearing Tim's story, I don't know where I would be. They are family. They're not friends. They are just downright family and would do anything. So I'm so happy that you are a part of that now.
You can
Thank
talk
you.
now.
Thank you. I was looking at him like, are you good?
Yeah, she's always so concerned about me, which is refreshing. But yeah, you've been in the field for a bit before you met me, before we started talking, and so she's not brand new to everything. But I don't know that you're probably not used to it on this level.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So you were with a crew, you investigated and such beforehand. How did you get into the paranormal, Lauren?
Yeah, it's just something I've always been interested in since I was a little kid. And then a local team was looking for new people to join, so I joined. And then since then, I've jumped around a couple different teams, but I would like to say I think I found like my people finally. But yeah.
Tell them who you're with.
Oh, I'm with
I love this part of it.
I'm with the twats.
Oh my God. Okay. So I love that part of that too. Where can I buy a shirt?
They're coming. They're coming.
The twats are coming.
Hi.
That's awful.
Tim,
I was
nobody
gonna go
went
there
there
too.
but you.
I love that so much. Oh, I'm excited for the merch. So Tim, you have a show coming. You want to talk about that a minute?
I do. God, it's almost here, and that's terrifying. But
it is.
March 8th and 9th in Ann Arbor, Michigan, at the Wyndham Garden Hotel. We're doing Pottergraph's Parafest 5. Last year, we raised over $11,000 in a snowstorm.
We did. That was the
it
worst
was-
drive of my life, and I live in Michigan.
It was a blizzard, and they had actually shut down all roads. So we were a little bit terrified the night before, and by we I mean me, because nobody else really seemed to care. Everybody else was just drunk, and I was wondering how the heck I'm going to get everybody to the event. But like I said, the paranormal community kind of wrapped its arms around it, especially Michigan, and wouldn't let it fail. $11,000 in a blizzard is pretty good. So it was a good weekend. It was a stressful weekend, and
Yes.
it was after that weekend that I really had given a lot of thought to just packing it up and walking away. A lot of people don't know this, but in August at Michigan Paracon, I approached Tim Ellis and I asked him if I could speak at this year's event and say goodbye. I had my mind made up that I was walking away from everything. And they were going to let me do that. And then I met this lady. I met Lauren, and we had this fantastic friendship, which blossomed in what everybody sees on social media today. But at one point, she looked at me and she's like, "If you had somebody to take away some of that stress and help you on this journey, and it meant you didn't have to give up on your dream, would you do it?" And that was a no-brainer. So the reason Pottergraphs moves forward, the reason it's Tim and Lauren, Murray's Legacy, the new chapter, is because Pottergraphs wouldn't exist if she wouldn't have came along. So I know she's not going to want to hear that by the eye roll I just got. But it's the truth. But it's the truth. I mean, I think most of the people listening have met Todd Arnold, who's worked with me on Fox City's paranormal team for 16 years now. Todd and I had that conversation, and we were done. It was okay. We're comfortable with this. We're walking away. And then Lauren comes into my life, and everything changes. And by everything, I mean everything. But it's fantastic, and it's this new exciting chapter. And the biggest thing for me is that we continue to honor Murray. It was important to me that we never forgot why this started, and who it's about. So I found somebody that legitimately believed in me and believed in the cause and understood where it all came from, because she's had her own issues with mental health. So that's another reason that the two of us, there's nothing that we can't tackle together, because we've both been there. So just having a partner like that is pretty incredible, and it makes each day exciting. And I'm sure she's going to be regretting it as we get to the end of February, and I'm incredibly stressed out, and she's trying to calm me down. But yeah, we've got
You
some
got
fun
this.
things planned, and the first thing is Ann Arbor, and we'll get through that and then push forward and see where we go.
I love that. So to people, let's touch back on the mental health part of, I guess, this episode. Do you guys, question for both of you, what is some advice to people that hit that dark spot? Like, I know most of us have at least been there at least once or had, the intrusive thought type thing. Some people get in so deep that they can't get out. What are words of encouragement to these people?
You want to go first?
Lean on you, people. Yeah.
For me, it was my biggest advice is find something that you love unconditionally, find something that means the world to you. And in my dark time, it was Murray, and I leaned on him for 13 years. And that's why when he passed away, everybody was terrified, including me. I'll be completely transparent. I'll be completely honest here. I didn't know what would happen to me because I had lived my life for him for 13 years. And that first night where he wasn't there was brutal. So brutal. But like I said earlier in the show, he held up his end of the bargain, so I kind of owe it to him.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You guys are so cute.
He's not good.
Yeah, he's good.
Did you have any more to say, Lauren?
Don't put on that fake facade, because I do that. I like to pretend that I'm okay when I'm not, and then nobody reaches out because they don't know that you're not okay.
It's Lauren does a lot of great work on social media when it comes to empowering women with not only mental health but also dealing with relationships and stuff. She's pretty incredible when it comes to that, and there's a lot of people that don't even know her but follow her that reach out to her for advice for a shoulder, and she's being humble right now and quiet, but she does some incredible things in her own right. So the word the paranormal power couple gets thrown around a lot when people start dating each other, and I'm not going to use it because I think it's stupid.
I just made a face.
It did. but honestly, with her by my side, I feel like we can accomplish anything. So power couple, probably not, because I don't think our egos are that big.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So it's pretty much two people that found each other because of a dog, and I firmly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
What better love story than that, though? I mean, if somebody can't get behind that, they're wrong. Like, they freeze? Do we freeze?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys okay?
Yeah. What you don't see is under the table, she's pulling out my leg hairs. That's why I'm crying.
Oh,
What?
That's my girl.
Yeah.
So if people want to get in contact with you guys, now, Lauren, you have a shop as well, don't you?
I do.
Well, let's
Yes,
talk about
it
that a
is
second.
It's Button Bugs by Lauren, and it's just handcrafted earrings and gifts. I currently do have it shut down because I moved recently, but that's kind of the next goal as well, to get that back up and running.
Okay, awesome. Now, if somebody wanted to check that out, how would they?
Buttonbugs.com.
But it's not up.
Well, it's still like the domain is still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to send
And then
people
you
there
have
and be like,
to
"You lied to
follow,
us."
right?
I was talking. Sorry.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You have a Facebook page as well, don't you, for that?
Yeah.
Is that still up?
Yep. Button Bugs by Lauren.
And then
And then
if they
eventually-
wanted to, what?
No, never mind me. I'm just mumbling.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
The polygraphs, how do they find that now?
That's you.
Well, you can still go to pottergrassforpooches.com. That hasn't changed. A lot of people, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but a few people had some pushback when we changed the name of the Facebook page because they thought we were throwing away everything that had been built previous. It's still Pottergrass for Pooches. That's not going to change. But the social media is going to be a little different than it was. And what I mean by that is we're actually going to use it.
Okay.
I hadn't posted anything on Pottergrass for Pooches. So we threw around some names and ended up with Murray's Legacy, Tim and Lauren, a new chapter. Basically just encompassing everything about us. We're going to post things that are hopefully inspiring. We're going to post Pottergrass for Pooches news, event news. And we're also going to throw some things on there where her kids are hitting me with eggs, so trying to make people laugh.
It did. And I rewatched it.
Thank you. Did we share the Spider Cat video?
Not on that page. No.
Not on that page. Oh, we should have.
Yeah, you probably should. That sounds
We
good.
have it.
Yeah. It got a little backlash because people thought I was abusing my cat, and I was not. If
I said
anybody
you
knows
never.
me, yeah. I was holding him up in the air and he was walking on the ceiling, and I was singing very badly. But yeah. Like the Simpsons, Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all it was. And there were a few folks that didn't respond to that very well and thought I was being
Should
mean
have
to my
probably put
cat.
on the bottom. No animals were harmed in the making of this video.
Well, what you don't see is that that was like the 6th take, and I had dropped Bo 5 times.
Oh no, you didn't.
The thing with the cat, he lands on his feet.
Yeah. And he also has 9 lives, so we had some lives to play with. That's all.
Man,
I'm joking. So please, PETA, save your emails.
that kid. Love that. So, yes, we will. I'll see you in March. And Lauren, you're going to be there. I'm
Mhm.
assuming, correct? Good, because I'm going to need to meet you and give you a hug and welcome you to the family. Yeah. So is there
think
anything
at
else
this
that you
point
guys?
I think at this point I pretty much have to put her on the poster because I've had so many people contact me and be like, "Is Lauren going to be there?"
Yeah,
so
we're all going to come for you this year. Like that's what's going to happen. So
You're going to be sitting at my table by myself. You'd be like, "Bastards, don't even want to talk to me this year." But
So
No.
I should make that T-shirt.
yeah,
I was gonna make a T-shirt that said I was Tim's girlfriend.
Yes, you should. The girlfriend.
Yeah.
yeah.
You should. I would back that. Yes. It's good stuff. Again, welcome to the family, Lauren. I'm super excited to see everything in the next years to come that you guys
you.
bring to the table together and the change. It's a good change is good. It just means you're growing. And you grew so much, you did so much work, Tim, that you were able to go to the next chapter, the next book even. So like 2's better than 1. Like, you gotta think of it that way. And I'm so excited that you decided to stick with it. And Lauren, you getting behind this and helping and being a face of this as well now. So get ready and buckle up because it's gonna be a fun ride, girl.
I'm ready.
I'm not lying. Tim knows. So yeah, I don't know what I think. It's gonna be fun editing. My quiet time zone.
What I
This is
hear
why
is they
we-
were so awful. I got to do a lot of work on this.
No, it's
No.
my working and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to be like all there for this interview because Tim, I think we've waited 5-6 years to get you on the show anyway, and I was waiting for Lauren to come along this whole time.
I think that might be a lie, but okay, we'll go.
It is. I know things.
Yeah, I'm happy she came along. She's gonna be doing a lot of these interviews with me now, and and it's just fun to share this with somebody that you feel so strongly about, and I know she
Absolutely.
feels strongly about what we're doing. Yeah, it's just it's a wonderful journey to be able to share with somebody.
It absolutely is. And I think everybody will feel that when you're up on stage telling your story, and the people that have heard it 10 times or the people that are hearing it for the first time, they're going to get even more emotion coming off from it now that you're on a new chapter with it and you added somebody to book 2, like it's such a big deal. Like, that's why I reached out to have you guys on, because this is such a big deal. I think it's going to be bigger for you guys than what you guys even anticipate. You're going to be able to do so much more for the animal community than what you even think, and Murray's up there just being so proud of his dad, and it's just really great. And I just love dogs. It's true. So again, thank you guys so much for being on, and I will see you guys in March. And yeah,
I will not.
you will not. Well, you can come sit with me. It's fine. With me to introduce the new show that we're super excited about. So let's all welcome Lou. Maybe that. It kind of does, don't it? Not everybody likes sweet though, so like before, we have a bear claw now. So on the menu tonight and discussing the Lizzie Borden house. If you are unfamiliar with it, you should probably go visit. Would you guys like one? Oh yeah. He's known as the Jeffrey Dahmer of the UK. As good as I can. Go over the gruesome details.
What's going on again?
Where's that bloody dog? He's been chewing my slippers again.